The internet is full of so bad it's good, and I don't really want to add to that, but there are two Shaw Brothers films that are so unique I feel like I really need to say something. Heaven and Hell and Holy Flame of the Martial World. There's a few movies out there, Xanadu, Phantom of the Paradise, Planet Terror, Star Crash, that showcase clearly someone's passion, like their passion for Gene Kelly and Olivia Newton-John to start a roller rink and give honor to the Greek gods, or their passion for a disco Faust meets Phantom of the Opera, or a Ray Harryhausen knockoff with Carolyn Monroe fighting for David Hasselhoff to inherit the galaxy from Christopher Plummer with the help of her magic friend and a Texan robot, while there's a giant hand-shaped spaceship trying to kill them run by the guy from Maniac. Well, Heaven and Hell, or Shaolin Hellgate as it's sometimes called, reaches those heights. The production was started and stopped numerous times, but Chang Che barreled through despite last-minute casting changes. Action stalwart Shi Tzu had to drop out and was replaced by the quirkily sexy Lin Chung-chi, giving her one of her biggest roles here. The thing that really makes this film remarkable is the complete shifts in tone. As the name suggests, the movie takes place first in heaven, then on earth, and then, for its last half, in hell. The ethereal heaven section, which features a panoply of gods with Chiang Sheng as an oddly fey Neja, is full-on fantasy. A pair of doomed lovers escape to Earth, and Li Min is banished to Earth for having assisted them, in the form of a cabbie. Suddenly it all turns into a musical technicolor fantasy out of MGM, and also a gritty modern drama, and then everyone's killed and they end up in Buddhist hell. So Buddhist hell is not that far off from Dante. There's various tortures for various sins. My wife and I once went to Urumqi, where we went to the Renmin Gongyuan, a big park downtown, and we enjoyed not one, but two different haunted houses, also a luge. Both haunted houses depict levels of Buddhist hell, which is quirky in a region with about a 57% Muslim population, but whatever. One of those haunted houses was a tunneled-out cave deep underneath the park, and it was pretty scary. We also had the chance to visit the carved Buddhist grottos like Dasu cliff carvings, which are just west of Chongqing, which illustrate, much like stained glass windows would in Western cathedrals, all sorts of Confucian and Buddhist lessons, including depictions of hell, like the hell of freezing ice, the hell of cauldrons full of boiling oil, the hell of the iron wheel, the hell of knee chopping, the hell of filth. Yeah, lots of fun scenes. So, as cheesy as it is, the last half of this movie brings back some tingling nightmares. I'll confess this was really the first movie to make me notice Yang Ziqing, who I consider to be one of the best character actors on Earth. He's always the sly, dangerous traitor. He is the Chinese Claude Rains. Now that is a big compliment. So the hero wanders through various scenes of torture until the Buddha of Mercy shows up. I've really no idea why this is not Guan Yin here. And tells him and his newfound friend Red Dress, seriously they give her less of a name than they give her a backstory, that they can leave hell if they collect a bunch of unfairly punished heroes and just punch their way out. Enter the Venoms mob. We get a colorful backstory for each one, and then each one punches out a demon based on the guy who killed him. And at the end, the heroes exit hell to somewhere. It reminds me of the end of the Canadian horror film Cube. What's outside? Who knows? Meanwhile, unworthy souls who try to escape as well turn into animals, and that's it, another Shaw production. So on the one hand, this movie is a very brave experiment that feels like 4 movies glued together, and maybe that's an artistic jumble. On the other hand, its cosmology is fascinating to me as a Westerner. Americans, at least, tend to have a very vanilla understanding of Buddhism. It's not really a religion, I've heard people say, and that argument could be made of Chan or Zen Buddhism maybe, that it's just a healthy system to regulate your body and mind. But in China, at least, Buddhism has similarities to, say, Santeria, an established structured religion married to much older folk practices. In Journey to the West, for example, Sun Wukong gets his powers thanks to studying Taoism, but then he goes to a pantheistic heaven, and he's punished for his misdeeds by Buddha and Lao Tzu. Similarly, here we have Neja and Guan Yin, both originally Hindu characters massively adapted to play new roles in Chinese culture, and of course Hell itself, or DU, seen as a maze of caverns reigned over by Yama, which goes back at least as far as the Tang Dynasty. And all of this is wrapped up in a Buddhist package. No, a uniquely Chinese package. So while the production values in this movie may be so bad it's good, I can definitely say I came out of this film with a lot more than that. There's a roadmap here to Chinese cosmology, and there's an introduction to massively important cultural figures, and there's a challenge to our simplistic Western views of Buddhism. And okay, I'll admit I love the cheesy special effects, the random appearance of the venoms, and the delight of the unexpected dance numbers. I have my guilty pleasures.